Hey, are you interested in growing an unlimited amount of mushrooms from either spores, syringes, or agar? Hi, my name is Bree, and I'm going to show you how a jar like this can help you tap into mushrooms' natural food glitch. All right, so what is a liquid culture jar? Well, it's this thing. You'll find a couple of different styles, and I actually use a couple of different styles, but this is the type that I sell in my store. Okay. Why would you want to use a liquid culture jar when growing mushrooms? Well, the short answer is usually whenever you start off growing mushrooms, you'll get little mycelium syringes like this. You'll get 10 cc's worth of solution, but if you want to amp that up, you want to expand this and make, infinitely more of these, or if you had an agar plate that you wanted to take a sample from and grow mushrooms from that, then you would want to use a liquid culture jar. This is what it looks like when you buy it from my store, but this is what it looks like when you're actually using it. Let me give them a little bit of a stir real quick. All right, you see all that? That is the mycelium growing inside of the nutrient broth, so to say. These little floaty bits, that's what's going to grow your mushrooms. It's taking this and turning it into like 15 of these. So let's take a look and see what's actually involved with this jar. All right, first things first. When you receive this in the mail, it'll be wrapped up with some air pockets and things to keep it from getting damaged in shipping. And when you unwrap it, it'll look a lot like this. What you want to look for is your injection port. Then we also have what's called a syringe filter. Let's look at what's on the inside. We've got a ½ ounce of this LME plus peptones. This is your liquid culture mix. This is what you're going to add into the water in a very small amount, pressure cook it, and sterilize it. And then you're going to add the sample to it once it's cool. I'll actually show you that process here in a second. But this is kind of a sample size. I sell larger refill versions of these on the store, but whenever you get the jar, it automatically comes with this much liquid culture mix. Okay. It also comes with a recipe card that explains to you how to use this kit. Really, you just do it once and you kind of know how it works. But we'll keep this recipe card right here so you can kind of see it while we're working. So let's go ahead and get one of these guys mixed up and show you how she works. So, regular old jar. Love it, beautiful, wonderful. I've got an open bag of mix. Let's go ahead and get this weighed out. So if you notice on the card, it says you need 0.5 grams of liquid culture mix. This bag is 0.5 ounces. I don't want anybody to get confused and think that you're supposed to put the whole bag in this jar. Not at all quite how it works. I'm about to show you the humorously small amount that you need. Okay, get our sample. Super scientific. Oh, that's way too much. There we go. All right, that's how much you need. And now the process is probably exactly how you think it is. We just take this, tap them down into the bottom, and then we put 150 milliliters worth of water on top. Usually I don't really even measure this. You just fill it up to right under the rim, right there. So from here, what I'm actually going to do is add in a stir bar. You can add these on in the listing. It has like a drop down menu and it gives you the option of adding a marble or a stir bar into it. Okay, so I have a stir plate. I like using stir bars. I'm going to use one in this scenario. Basically what a stir bar does, let me for a moment while I grab my stuff. You have a special plate. You put it on the plate. You see how that magnetic bar just snaps to the middle. You turn your stir bar on and it just stirs your sample for you. I like these a lot. They're really popular in the mycology community, but not everybody has a stir plate. Not everybody has one of these. So if you don't have one of these, it is perfectly acceptable to drop a marble into your jar, and whenever you go to stir your sample, just jostle it around like that. That marble will help break up the mycelial clump that is going to form in your jar. All right, so now what? We are done mixing it up. Now we need to sterilize this. As per the card, whenever you mix this up, you want to make sure that it's just finger tight, just enough to hold itself down without popping off. We don't want to crank it down, okay? That's pretty standard whenever you're pressure cooking anything. You can choose to cover this with a tinfoil hat. I am actually going to do that now. Here we go. I actually save and reuse these, so I'm not going through a mass amount of tinfoil. All right, so after we do the tinfoil hat, you want to prepare your pressure cooker, or pressure canner, if you will, so that you can pressure cook this for 20 to 25 minutes at 15 psi. I've thought about it, and I absolutely could do this video showing you how to pressure cook it in a canner. But since I have the opportunity, and not a lot of people have a pressure canner, I want to see how well this jar performs inside of an Instant Pot. All right, here we are at the Instant Pot. So let's go ahead and get this guy loaded up. First, we're going to put the pot inside. Then we've got the trivet that's going to raise our jars up from the bottom. Then let's go ahead and add in a quart of water. All right, that puts it just above the trivet. So when we're doing these jars, it's okay for the water to come up on the sides of the jars, but you do not want to completely submerge this jar. Okay, I'm gonna load 4 of these dudes in here. Here's what she'll look like, top view. Okay, let's go ahead and get it sealed up and set for time. All right, PC. No, we said 40, let's do 40. Just to be consistent. All right, we'll come back in just a bit. This is what they look like as of this exact moment. This is the color that you're looking at. So from here, I'm going to allow it to cool off a little bit more while the lid is completely removed. And here in about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll set them out. We're going to let them cool off overnight, and we're going to actually inoculate them tomorrow. So we'll just do some movie magic and then... All right, so these guys are all cooled off now. The only thing left to do is to get them inoculated so that they can grow. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. Most of the time, whenever you get a syringe, it will come with an alcohol swab, kind of like this. These are perfectly acceptable to use, but I save these for orders that I pack. And when I'm doing it myself, I just spray it with these, let them sit for about 15 to 30 seconds, and honestly, I don't even wipe them off. So we'll just let these sit. And then with this new syringe and needle pack, I'm just going to insert my needle and inject about 5 cc's worth of this syringe into the jar. Now, if you're trying to expand your own syringe, you don't have to put 5 cc's into it. I just do that to give it a really significant head start. And I have a whole boatload of LC back stock, so it doesn't hurt me to use half or even a whole syringe. Minimum, I would say maybe a half cc, 1 cc will get you started. So there she is in all her glory. She is expanding Black Pearl King oysters right now. If you are interested in keeping on updates on how these guys expand and some of the issues that you'll run into just expanding your own liquid cultures, consider following me on TikTok. Same name as YouTube. All of my handles are all the same on here. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If something comes up later, maybe follow me there. But right now, that's all I can handle. All right, catch you on the flip side. Bye.